Welcome guys, this is Zafra991, but you can call me Jack, and we're in the final round and the final race of the three-man team. We've started in P4, absolutely beautiful. You can see it guys, and I teased it a little bit in last race, but this is the one you've been waiting for. I'm going to quickly just pop on that traction control for a hopefully a good start. Venture looks like actually getting a false start there. So we're immediately going to be promoted here from P4 into P3. So I'll take that. And yeah, we've got, well, we're back here at Brands. So Roxilla is immediately going for the move on the inside here, demoting me back into P4, followed by a Tweetman on the inside here. So now back down into P5. But we've actually started relatively high on the grid here, which is amazing. I think my confidence on this track though, with the Group 4s, is immense. Pretty much Group 4, Group 3, you hand it to me, I'll probably be able to race it better than any N200 or N100 car or anything. Or even the Group 1s and 2s. I think Group 3 and 4, definitely my forte, if you will. So we're around here, 8 laps. The slipstream is very strong, so we're really going to just, you're going to see everything that happens in this next one here. So what we'll do, while we're getting this underway, be sure to subscribe if you're new. And if you like what you see, leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike, of course. Let me know your thoughts. And we're pretty much, although I want to finish as high up as possible, Grandpa got the win on me last time. He got the upper hand, so I'm going to try my best to try and beat him in this race. Is that going to be possible? Well, you'll have to see. So ideally we can come away with a win, but we'll have to see, because obviously we're up against very fast racers here. Much more experienced and knowledgeable than me. I've only been sim racing since March last year, so only a year and a couple of months at this point. So I'm still not massively fast, but I'm B ranked now, so I'll take that. Roxilla gets a beautiful exit there. He's in the Renault Megane, I believe, and that is a really nice car. I actually get carried away by the slipstream here. You see how much I lose control a bit? Because I did a lot of time trials for this one specifically. I did time trials for the Clio, but it didn't work out for me too well. I think the problem was I didn't have that kind of, you know, I was still kind of learning the car, whereas the Audi TT I've driven a lot over this past year, and in addition to that, I'm able to push it further. So we're pretty much going to use this to our advantage, but with this slipstream here, I get completely carried away. So we'll see here, I literally keep going into the back of Roxilla here after every corner pretty much. So we're going to try and not to have any accidents here. We're in P5, started in P4, so ideally we want to finish better than when we started. Dynamic Star's looking for a move on the inside here, but doesn't quite make it work. So that's great, it means we can still be alongside here. Although Roxilla has a little bit of a wide entry there, so I'm going to take that, and also I think Venture went wide there as well, I believe. Let me know. So with that, I'm just going to actually capitalise on that as well. So now we're in P3. We're right behind Tweetman and Blitz. And again, both of these very, very fast racers here. So pretty much, if I can stick near them, that'll already be a massive achievement as it is. So we're going to try and keep in the slipstream of Blitz, and we're going to try and cover the inside pretty much every time on that corner, because when I don't, carnage happens pretty much. So we're really going to just try and stick with them. I would like to branch off. So I'm actually thinking where I went wrong at Fuji, I want to try and work together. Although Venture actually has a beautiful move there, and same with Roxilla here. In fact, everyone gets a beautiful move. You get a beautiful move. You get a beautiful move. Dynamic Styles again going for that move in. I believe that's a Ferrari. Excellent choice. I'm really loving all these liveries and all these you know, all this racecraft being shown here. I know it took me no time to lose these positions, but at the same time, it should be relatively easy to gain them as well if I'm actually, you know, sticking with it and being clean, which is what I want to do. I want to be a nice clean racer. So we're going to just back out here, think better of it, because we could have gone side by side, but we decided not to. Tweetman's in just the most awkward place for me here, that I just missed out on the apex, and therefore unfortunately knocking me a little bit wide. He gives us his hazards though, so that's fine. Luckily our teammate Baz is behind us here, so that's fine. I'm happy to let him pass. But no problem tweeting, it's fine, mate. You know, lots of respect. It's fine. Mistakes happen. You show me your hazards. That's fine. So in P7s, we've dropped off quite a bit. Already halfway through the race. This is quite fast on this. And again, we're going to just try and cover the inside, because whenever I don't, it's pretty much a carnage fest. So what we did with Tom Malone last race, we're going to do the same with Baz as much as possible here. If I can give him a boost, if I can give him any sort of burst of speed to help push him through the pack, I'm gonna, because he is definitely the fastest out of me, Tom, and Baz. And I really like the Honda NSX here. I know when ACC came out, that was pretty much my car of choice right at the beginning. I know you guys saw the videos. I was kind of between that and the Porsche. Eventually I branched to the Porsche and the Ferrari, which if you guys want to obviously see, check out the channel. I do have a little bit of ACC content on it. If you guys want to see more, let me know. But pushing on, we're in P7. We don't have much of a gap from Legend behind us here. And at this point, Roxilla goes wide, so we're going to just take that. Thanks, mate. I'll take P6 happily. And pretty much the aim of the game here is just to stick with the pack and watch out for mistakes and make sure I'm not part of that mistake. I know we had a little bit of an accident earlier, loses me about a couple of positions, but we're working our way up. We're only halfway through the race, bear in mind as well, so there's still a lot of time to make things happen. So we have Gorilla Gas right behind us here. A little bit of a gap, however, with the slipstream and with my interesting line, you actually catch that massively here. And we're going to look for the move on Dynamic Styles. Are we able to make it stick? Kind of. However, he does get the inside for this next corner, so we're going to give it to him. Don't really fancy going too wide there. Now, it's clear we have the pace with Dynamic Styles. We do keep up quite a bit here. However, with him going wide, I'm going to just make the most out of it and tuck him right behind Baz. And we find ourselves in P5. So we're nearly back where we started here. Starting P4. We'd like to finish at least P4. Obviously, if I can win, that'd be amazing. I don't know if I'm quite that fast yet. But we're still going to just stick with the pack. Blitz with a just under half-second penalty. And you can see how close it is between us and all the racers. So if he was to keep that, we should be catching him in no time. But obviously, if I was Blitz, I'd try and get rid of that, which is pretty much the aim of the game. Don't want to be taking penalties across the line, really. I think that's only going to demote positions. So luckily, Blitz serves that penalty. We're in P4. We're back where we started now. It took a good couple of laps. We got there in the end. And as I mentioned earlier, I just want to push Baz as much as possible to make sure he does alright. So we're going to give him a nice friendly tap. There you go, some love taps. And I also get a bump from behind as well from Dynamic Styles. So I'm not sure if that was intentional or if we're just trying to work together to try and branch off. Because ideally we can build a lead. But with the slipstream, it's just not quite... It keeps everyone in it, which, you know... It means everyone's always in it, as you guys know, but it means we never get to properly break away. So we'll have to see if it's the same for next league. So we have Dynamic Styles kind of on the left here. It's still on the inside, as per my little radar system on the dashboard, on the bottom of the screen, or was for a second there anyway. So I was trying to be wary, but luckily we get away with it. And again, we're just going to give Baz some love taps. There you go, mate. Enjoy them. And we're just trying to make sure we don't actually throw him off. But you can see, guys, only half a second away from Venture in first place. This is insanely close. And I reckon if I didn't make the mistake at Fuji, I probably could have done a little bit better than where I finished in the end. But we've learned from the mistakes. We're just trying to capitalise and make sure we actually, you know, end up getting faster in the long run. So hopefully by the time we next go into league racing, around with Group 4s, Group 3s, or whichever, I'll be a little faster. So we're going to obviously hope for the best. Now it gets a little bit handsy here. We're getting a bit squished up. Baz with the hazards. Not too sure why. I don't think he did anything wrong there, but let me know, guys. But I had no issue there. Again, with the slipstream, I feel like I'm just getting carried away here. So already we're on this penultimate lap, and I don't actually cover the inside as much as I'd like to here, and I actually kind of jeopardise my exit. Luckily, we do have a little bit of space here, so this is great. We're going to just stick with them. You can see how fast these guys are. They're actually starting to branch off a little bit, which is kind of what I wanted to do earlier. However, my mistake just then did not help. And pretty much, you see here, I'm starting to fall back a little bit, which is not what I want to be doing. So we've got Blitz right behind us here. He's directly behind us. And we're going to just kind of keep an eye out, because Blitz does play an important role here. He goes for a move. He goes in quite a small space and pretty much going too wide here, which is just amazing racing here. No contact, purely just good, amazing racecraft. And again, we do briefly try and do that, but not quite working out. But that's okay. Blitz is an amazing race, and you know, it was just really nice to go side by side. So it goes wide here, and unfortunately, where we're positioned here, we do get shoved wide. So I think he must have gone wide and just kind of lost track of speed. Luckily, Blitz does return a position, so thank you, mate. I do respect that. Lots of respect, and lots of respect being shown there. And because of that, we've found ourselves in P9 now. But up ahead here, we've got Gorilla Gaz, and in front of him, we've got Grandpa. So we got our rival. He makes an appearance. So we're just going to try and pretty much just do the best we can. Gorilla Gaz going wide on the last corner there, and we actually get a little bit of a bump on the way out. Roxzilla going for the move on the inside here. I didn't cover it, and that was very unfortunate. I should have done that. I would have saved that position, but that's okay. It means I get a better exit. Grandpa, unfortunately, does go off track and actually gets a bit of dirt in his tyres, so therefore actually goes off. So that is a shame, but obviously not ideal on the last lap. But you know, it happens to all of us. Happens to the best of us. But obviously, with how well he did in the last race, I'm sure it's still all right. But no, unfortunate, but you know, mistakes do happen in racing, and we just kind of got to learn from them and pretty much just, you know, pick up the pieces. So we've actually got a second gap now behind Dynamic Styles, and then we got Blitz right behind us as well. Now I want to be careful here, because we know how good Blitz is at racing, but I want to be careful not to have any accidents like that happen again. And I reckon without that accident, I could have done a little bit better. But it's alright. That does happen, and you know, we forgive, and I would say forgive and forget, but you know, it's more forgive and learn. Don't really want to forget our mistakes when I learn from them, but either way, it's fine. And Blitz gives us a little bit of a bump here. I feel like Blitz could have gone for the move, but luckily did not. So I actually keep P7, and this is also where we finish. So we unfortunately didn't finish in P4, but P7 is still relatively good. So I think that's just our position of this cup for the most part, isn't it? Let me know how many times we got that, guys. Give us a good tally. I'll leave the scores up on the screen, but you can see that we've actually come away in second. And just to reiterate, at the beginning of our last race with the Clios, we were in P4 as a team. So for comparison, you can see there, it was insanely close, but we managed to pull away with it. So it has been an amazing race with all these guys, and hats off to all of you. It's been a pleasure. I hope we all get to do it again sometime. And as for the next league race, we'll have to see. It's going to be a good one. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like, comment your thoughts, and I'll leave these videos up on here so you can check them out anytime. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.